are live again. It's a purple hat this time. There's no good story behind it, so I'm not going to tell one. But the hat is very much purple. I think I have it on the right way. That's a different look. All right, purple hat. As promised from the last live stream, I will go over all of the events that are in a decathlon, the ancient pentathlon, and the modern pentathlon. There also is already in existence a quadrathlon, and there's also a heptathlon. The decathlon takes place over 2 days. And in the first day, it would be a 100-meter run, a long jump, a shot put, high jump, 400-meter run, 110-meter hurdle, discus, pole vault, javelin, and a 1,500-meter run is the current decathlon. The ancient pentathlon was long jump, javelin, discus, stadion, which is a run of some sort, and wrestling. The modern pentathlon is shooting, swimming, fencing, equestrian, and cross-country running. The current quadrathlon is swimming, biking, kayaking, and running. So there you have it. As I promised from the last live stream, I would do my research. I have you now all 0 of you know what those athlons consist of. I don't know if I ever called it a quadrathlon, but mine is not a quadrathlon. It is a quarter-athlon, so it's different. Also 4 events, with possibly 5 events because of the climbing, but we're not counting that. The climbing is just to get to the next part of the event, the shot put. You climb to the shot put in the quarter-athlon. Mark, just to see what the prompt is, and display the purple hat. I have already explained what is in a decathlon. If you missed it, rewatch this live stream. If you have any questions about decathlons and pentathlons, whether they be ancient or modern, go back to the beginning of this live stream. I'm not repeating myself. That's not how this works. For those of you just joining us, deal with it. This is your reality. You don't get to hear me say what events are in a decathlon or a pentathlon live. You will have to go back to the beginning of this live stream to find out the events in a pentathlon and decathlon. Shame on you. And a quadrathlon, for that matter. I did not list the events of a heptathlon because I didn't write them down. It was weird. Heptathlon is like a scaled down decathlon. So I was just like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to have to see which 3 events, like the anti-triathlon. Maybe I will research it now. The anti-triathlon, the 3 events left out during the heptathlon that was derived from the decathlon. The anti-triathlon and antitrithlon, I pronounce it. That's my move. That's the route I'm taking. But For those of you who just missed it, I just told the other ones who just missed it that I will not be repeating what events are in a pentathlon or a decathlon or a quadrathlon. My quarter-athlon is different than the quadrathlon. For the purposes of pushing my quarter-athlon, I will go over what is in a quadrathlon again. A quadrathlon is a triathlon with kayaking, which is ridiculous. You know, I like a kayak as much as the next person, but to put it on par with cycling, running, and swimming is ridiculous. If you were going to do it, I would do it with a canoe. Or, I don't know. That's it. I would do it with a canoe instead of a kayak or a sailboat. All right? I can't even do a sailboat, but kayaking just doesn't float my boat. Do you get it? Do you get the joke? But anyway, for those of you just joining us, I explained to those who had just joined us that I had explained to the previous ones who had just joined us that I will not be going over what events are in a decathlon or a pentathlon. I have just repeated what's in a quadrathlon, which is a triathlon with kayaking. And then I insulted kayaking being the fourth thing. My quarter-athlon would be archery, high jump, and then you scale the arrows that you just shot during the archery portion to get to the top of a wall where there's a shot put waiting for you that you have to throw over the water that you will be diving into, and it will all be rated on a 1 to 500 scale by 3 judges. So each judge will need 500 cards with corresponding numbers on them. I suppose I could be a little bit more flexible. No, 500 cards will be needed for the quarter-athlon with all 500 numbers on them. I guess we can divide it by 2, right? We could have 250 cards and just like a 1 card that says +1 on it. So if you're trying to give them a rating of 251, you would hold up the card that says 250 and then the other card that says +1. I'm reasonable. I can compromise on the amount of cards needed for the quarter-athlon. All judges must wear a hat of some sort. The hat can be of their choice. Once again, I'm being flexible. The quarter-athlon does not need to be so serious, because it is very serious. But the hats will bring joy to people as they're trying to figure out what the score is at the end. It's just like, oh man, this judge gave him 243. This judge gave him 380. This judge gave him 427. What's his score? It's not that difficult, but you gotta, you gotta write it down. Probably. I can't, whatever numbers I just threw out there, I can't do that like that. I don't even remember the numbers I said. One was in the 200s, one was in the 300s, one was in the 400s. And just like that, we approach the 10-minute mark where they will try to prompt me to ask you something. But I probably won't. I will probably just insult the prompt. All right, the prompt should be on its way. I will tell you what the prompt says. Or I've been scorned for insulting prompts previously. No. Have a favorite pen. What? Come on. No, I don't have a favorite pen. And I'm uncomfortable answering that question. Nobody should be forced to answer the question, do you have a favorite pen? Whew. But I'm taking that hit for all of you. So you don't have to answer such questions. I will answer it by saying no, I don't. And I never will. And I will never feel obligated to choose a pen as my favorite. That's ridiculous. I mean, what are the chances that you ask somebody that they'll say yes? Oh yeah, I have a favorite pen. I mean, you could say like I have a pen that I use regularly, but what are you comparing it to? You know, if I gave you a normal ballpoint pen, I'd be like, so you like that pen more than this pen? You're insulting my pen. Here, use my pen. No, I have a favorite. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry that I am not in possession of your favorite pen that I could have offered to you to use. How dare I offer you this, I was going to say subpar, but it's even worse than that. This lesser than pen. This pen that is not as good as yours. I should have not have offered it to you to use. Of course you have your favorite pen on you right now. Do you have a favorite pen? That's the end of the conversation for me. I just look at them and be like, why would I? Why would I have a favorite pen? And why are you asking? Do you want to take my favorite pen? Do you have a favorite pen? Let me see it. Can I see your favorite pen? Can I use it? Oh, I'll be right back with your favorite pen. Favorite pen. You know, I'm not trying to insult anybody who does have a favorite pen. I'm insulting more the question. You know, even if you have a favorite pen and somebody asked you, wouldn't you be like, yeah, I guess. I'm not showing it to you. If I had a favorite pen and somebody asked me, oh, do you have a favorite pen? I would be very wary of that person. Like, how did you know that I do have a favorite pen? Obviously, like, you knew. It's like, you know, asking somebody for the time and then trying to steal their watch. Oh, do you have a favorite pen? Oh, why is it your favorite? Can I try to use it? Oh, wow, this is a really good pen. Where do you keep it when it's not on you? You taking your favorite pen everywhere? You're gonna let down your guard eventually. And then boom, your favorite pen is now my favorite pen. Don't answer that question, ever. There's something up with that question. And don't, you know, if somebody asks you that question and you don't I'm taking that all in right now. I'm thinking about my response to that one. I'm still thinking about the previous statement, exclamation, I should say. My hat is purple. This is a fact. We can all agree that my hat is purple, right? Does anybody disagree that my hat is purple? Speak now. And we can debate the purpleness of my hat. No, I am not going to carve a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. Very appropriate question for the day. An inappropriate question would be, what is your favorite pen? I don't want to dwell on it, but I'm so good at dwelling on things that I'm going to. So as we continue to dwell on the question that is, do you have a favorite pen? I mean, I like pens. I guess I should backtrack a little bit. This is on me. I like pens. I just don't rank them. I don't rank my pens in value. If it doesn't work, then it is certainly amongst my least favorite pens. It's not doing the thing it was supposed to do. I don't want to support any specific brand of pens right now, but yes, I agree. If I had to choose a pen, I would choose Bic over Papermate. Papermate was like the erasable pens. I hated them. They didn't work the right way. How do you erase pen too? What was it? What was in the erasable pens that you could erase them? Can't be ink. I stand by what I said though. Oh, message held for review. And that is why it was held for review. And we're going to hide it. Sorry. Hilarious, but we can't do that. Oh, another moderator just handled this? I have another moderator? What does it even mean? Well, thank you to my other moderator. I hope you've been enjoying this. All of this. Today marks the 25th anniversary of October 31st, 2000. That's a fact. That's truth. Don't tell me I'm wrong. Nobody told me I was wrong, by the way. But if you were going to, don't. We're on the verge to ask you these questions, or are they asking me? Because in that case, I'm answering the questions. I'm playing along. I'm not as clever as I thought I was. But that's okay. I'm mostly insulting the questions they give me. What's your favorite number? That was the first one. So we went from what's your favorite number to do you have a favorite pen? So it has gone downhill since the first prompt that I saw. That's the beauty. That's the beauty. What was I forgot what I was going to say. It's the beauty of something. I remember that I was saying that's the beauty of something. Oh, that's the beauty of my channel. It can't get worse. Guess why? Guess why my channel can't be any worse? There's only one reason. You can't go less than 0. I mean, in theoretical math, sure, right? But there's no real negative number of anythings. That's debt. And that's a positive number in a different direction. For every negative, there's a positive. For every 0, weirdest compliment received. Question mark. Like, what is that? It's not an actual question. What was the prompt that just was on the screen? I was once upon a time. I made $90, and then they got rid of me. That was when I was still trying to learn all the mechanics of everything, though. So it was a very beneficial experiment. I saw what I could get away with and what I can't get away with. And then I came over to the Golden Goose. I'm Jack and the Beanstalk. The internet is my giant. And my phone is the beanstalk. That's a good analogy. All right. I hope you have all enjoyed the purple hat. It will not be making a return. There will be a different hat. I am Jack and the Beanstalk. I am Jack and the Beanstalk. Oh, no more purple hat. I lied. The purple hat stays. And I will stay for another minute if it jumps up to 10,000 people watching. If it goes to 10,000 people watching this, I will absolutely stick around with the purple hat. But since there are only 10 people watching this, theoretically, 11 people watching this, theoretically, this will be coming to an end very shortly. Because the closer we get to the 30-minute mark, the more I'll be tempted to see if there's another prompt, and I don't want to do that. I don't remember what the last prompt was. But I do not have a favorite pen. Anybody who tells you differently, anybody who tells you that I do have a favorite pen, they're wrong. But I don't like Paper Mates all that much. I'm up to 15. It has increased by 50% of viewers. I need to jump up to 10,000 though. If it doesn't jump up to 10,000, the only way to get to 10,000 viewers is through the number 21. And that's what we're at right now. So if it keeps going up, if it goes down again, I'm done. But hey, look, we've doubled +1 the number, which is going back to what I said before with the cue cards for my my quadrathlon. We're down to 5. See ya.